What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here. That's Valente. Hey, fuck you. Fuck
What?
you. Mocking me. Alright, boys. We are back for episode number 4. What's that in Spanish?
Quattro.
You sure it isn't cinco? As in cinco your ass
Cinco's
out?
five,
How
huh?
to cinco your ass out of this podcast? Like, get your ass out of the way. I am a little bit under the weather. My ass is in the clouds right now. So, if y'all hear me go, yeah, that's why I'm going, because I'm fucked up. And so we are here. Episode might be a little bit shorter depending on what we talk about. But we're gonna talk about Raw. The thumbnail for the video is Becky Lynch winning the vacant Raw Women's Championship. So that's back-to-back women covers, by the way. For the thumbnail. So all inclusive over here over the Around the World podcast. We're gonna talk about us reviewing Buddy Murphy taking on Roman Reigns on SmackDown in 2019. We're going to talk about the stars that we gave that match. And we're going to talk about more stuff around the wrestling landscape, including my correct prediction of Swerve Strickland becoming AEW's first ever African American World Heavyweight Champion. And Valente over there crying in the corner because his sweet and glorious King Samoa Joe went down in a crushing defeat. Oh, a crushing defeat.
I figured I'll just get this out of the way. Last episode, I said I was gonna, if Samoa Joe lost, I would eat a spoonful of ketchup, and vice versa. I don't have ketchup with me. However, I was eating pizza earlier, and I have barbecue sauce, so that's the next best thing. I don't got a spoon though, because we packed those up. We're moving. So I'll just pour some on my finger.
Yeah, that'll work.
I don't
That'll
know.
work. I actually was prepared.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, though. You can't pass that through the camera.
Sure, here, you don't. Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
Let's this has been out for a few hours, too, so...
By the way, hold on. I want to acknowledge what you said. You said you had pizza, and you have barbecue sauce for it.
Yep! Sue me!
I want to acknowledge what he said. By the way, the beard is looking nice, shit. I'm just gonna say that. I'm fucking.
I can't get it out! Come on, get out! I'm trying to... Okay.
That's...
That works. I know this isn't exactly what I promised, but it's the best thing I can deliver right now. Barbecue sauce.
You like that, don't you, you fucking bitch? Yeah.
Yep.
Eat these.
Barbecue sauce is elite. Don't at me.
So we are gonna start this off talking about Raw. We're gonna talk about first. I want to start off with, I feel like another one of the cast predictions are becoming very true for Valente. We got the first promo of heel Chad Gable, and bro, I don't know if you watched Raw. He tore in to Otis, Maxine, and Tozawa, and
I saw it on Twitter. Now, I'm just going to say right now, I didn't watch Raw because I was at the greatest WWE Superstars concert of all
bro went to a Bad
and Bad
Bunny's
Bunny.
concert, and
Yeah,
they
I
still
was at
might
a
be
Bad Bunny
tracking
concert.
him, by the way, boys. We don't know yet.
I don't have the light with me. It's still alive, which is ironic. Almost 30 hours, so...
So they still might be
Yeah,
tracking him.
it's weird.
We're not fully aware, but
I could be being tracked.
Bad Bunny is on the motherfucker ass.
Yeah. But hey, I got to watch the greatest WWE superstar to ever perform in person.
But like I was saying, we get to see Gable's first like inklings of heel Gable, and if that's what we're gonna get out of heel Gable, him just absolutely berating Alpha Academy, I'd be fine with the Creeds not turning. If we're gonna get like him just constantly shitting on Tozawa, Maxine, and Otis, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. No lie.
You know, I'm kind of a fan of that, but after a while, it get pretty.
It would, which is why I think a heel Otis turning on Tozawa and then him and Gable being a group would kind of work out.
Tucky. Tucky.
Tucker! Anyway. Well, I wonder what Tucker is doing these days.
Probably a football coach at a middle school, if I had to guess, but.
Would not be surprised. Speaking of Tucker and releases, bunch of guys got released. Cameron Grimes, Jinder Mahal, Indashir, all of Indashir. I believe Von Wagner got released as well. There's a bunch of guys getting released.
Damn.
Cameron Grimes actually came out on Twitter very emotional about his release, saying that he wants to go out on the Indies.
I saw that.
He wants to go out on the Indies and go out on the Indies and prove them wrong. Very similar to Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre. Story's been told 1,000 times. So,
Yep, you go out there and become a top star somewhere else, they're gonna treat you like one.
well, hell, Drake Maverick when he got released, he cried on Twitter, and they re-signed him because it made people feel so emotional. So,
Yeah, I mean, when you have people who like you, for example, I don't know very many people who are right now because they're not really showcasing them, and who knows, they might bring them back
now when they brought
sometime in the future.
Drake Maverick back, it fit the storyline perfectly that he had to win a tournament to save his job and all that. It fit the storyline perfectly. Where in this situation, I feel like it'd be better for Grimes to go out on the indie circuit. Now, if Grimes ends up going to AEW, he'll get paid. It'll be a mistake because he'll be lost in the shuffle over there.
Yeah,
Now we get talking about a place like TNA or a place like NWA.
that'd
You,
be cool. I'd like to see him in NWA.
I'd like to see him in TNA because he was in TNA before and never really got to be that main event guy there. And now that they basically fed Nick Nemeth to Moose, and then brought in Matt Hardy to basically be that next feud for Moose. It kind of leads Nick as like the odd man out now. So I'd like to see some. Uh, I'd like to see some Trevor Lee, which is what Grimes is going to be called. I would like to see some Trevor Lee Nick Nemeth matches because that that would cook. That would be. But anyway, on Raw, Becky Lynch won the 14-woman Battle Royal to become the new Raw Women, the new World Women's Champion, right? I think
Yep.
that's yeah. Last eliminating Liv Morgan. Some people on Twitter aren't too happy about it with the circumstances of the injuries. You got to understand that people saying, "Oh, 3 weeks ago Becky is taking the pin at WrestleMania, now all of a sudden she's the champion." You got to understand the situation. She was never like supposed to be champion. She was supposed to take a break, but she never got the chance to do so because Rhea got hurt.
I think she still should have been able to like get her because she deserves it. There's a few other people you could put the title on. Tiffany Stratton could have been one. Was she even in that?
No, I don't think so.
I don't even know who was all in it. See, I'm kind of underprepared for this, but Liv
Uh,
Morgan should have been the one to take it personally. But
no. See, this is my thing. Me and you have been very vocal on the Cody Rhodes thing. The where he feels like every challenger leading to Rhodes to Rock is not valid.
you know what? Yeah, I already know what you're gonna say. It makes sense.
If Liv won that title, it makes it where she every challenger she's faced is gonna feel unimportant except for Rhea. Now with Becky could go and fucking have a match on Raw with Nia Jax, and it totally makes sense she lose the match.
Yeah.
But do I think the long term story is to eventually later down the line give Liv the title and then have Rhea return to do the match at SummerSlam? If Rhea's ready by SummerSlam, I think that's what they're going to shoot for.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I feel like WWE realized that they kind of dropped the ball on Cody, and um, it would make more sense to not put the title on Liv for that reason.
And this is another thing that I've been hearing. I've been seeing inklings that they're thinking of moving the Bloodline to Raw. If they move the
The
Bloodline,
new or the old one?
the new one with Solo and all of them, if they move the Bloodline to Raw, they've got to move Cody as well. Because my thing
Raw.
is, yes, because they can't have Cody be on a Raw, be on a roster without the Bloodline. Because all of his title feuds are gonna feel second tier, because we know AJ is not gonna beat Cody and Leon in a couple of weeks, right? That's
Nah, not a chance.
they'll have a banger match. The story's there. AJ
Hmm.
was one of Dusty's last opponents ever. The story's there if they want to tell it.
That's a weird. That's a weird statistic that if you told um a newer wrestling fan, they wouldn't understand. They'd be
It's
like, "What the fuck?"
it's crazy to think how long AJ's been in the business. AJ was in WCW when WWE bought him. That's crazy to
Really?
think. Yeah, he was a member of a tag team. I forget who his partner was, but I want to say his partner was French or something. But he was a member of a tag team, and they bought him. That's where those.
Oh,
I know you've seen those clips of AJ facing a Hurricane at Velocity. Have you seen that match? That's where that
yeah.
comes from, because they bought out AJ's contract for WCW. So that's where that comes from. But he decided not to stay, and he went to TNA, and then the rest is history. But overall, I thought Raw was really good. I think SmackDown, with the Bloodline story they're telling, with Solo and Tama Tonga hitting Kevin Owens with a fucking car,
Yeah.
bro. It's it's really getting good. I've seen a lot of people be indifferent about Tama Tonga joining the Bloodline because he's 44 and he's all that stuff, and people are
44?
yeah,
Shit.
people have been very like against him being in the Bloodline and stuff. But bro, you gotta understand, wrestlers at this pace are going longer than they've ever went before.
Yeah.
Tama Tonga has never worked a schedule where he has to compete multiple times in a like okay, New Japan, their schedule is very different, because certain months you'll work a lot. Like if there's a G1 or a tag team tournament or shit, you'll work a lot. But if there's not one of those going on, you're not going to work a lot. A lot
Mhm.
of your matches will be multi-man matches, like 8-man tags, 6-man tags, shit like that, where you're not taking the brunt of the action. So his body might not be as broken down as you would think a 44-year-old would be at this point. So I think he could, and they're not asking Tama Tonga to go out and face fucking Roman Reigns and The Rock. I don't understand why people get so like. I think with the role he's gonna play, it's gonna be perfect, especially if further down the line they introduce a Jacob Fatu, or they are able to get New Japan. If they are able to work something out with New Japan and buy out Tonga Loa's contract, because if they could buy out Tonga Loa's contract, that would be perfect. I'd prefer that over them getting Jacob Fatu in the group personally, because then you could have God face the Usos. I would really, that would be. That's a dream match, a in family dream match. But
And you're speaking your language, so I'm letting you
yeah,
do your thing. I don't know too much about the New Japan shit.
um, well, like I don't watch like that, but if somebody tells me, or if I see somebody's name enough, like if you're a wrestling fan, you're gonna see Will Ospreay's name pop up a lot of places. If you're a wrestling fan, you're gonna see these names pop up. And then the more you start paying attention to those names, you'll hear other names. That's how it really started for me. Like
Yeah.
like I was a major AJ Styles fan when he left TNA. So I was watching, and that's when I first heard of Carl Anderson. And I was like, hey, I remember Luke Gallows from being with CM Punk. He's over there too. Who's this Tama Tonga guy? Oh, I remember Hunico from WWE. Oh, he's in New Japan now, and he's Tonga Tama's actual legit brother. So now he's Tonga Loa. And
Wait, Hunico's Tongaloa?
um, I think so. Yeah. No, 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 no. You remember the other guy? Not the guy, not Hunico. The guy that was with Hunico, the big guy.
Uh,
Here, Google that. You'll it
Hunico.
so,
Uh,
now go to Google and type in Tongaloa WWE, and you'll see what I'm talking about. He was either Hunico or with Hunico because he was one of the ones riding on the bike with Hunico.
um, no,
No,
I don't know.
here
Camacho?
Camacho. Yeah, yes, he was Camacho.
Okay, that
I
makes
believe.
sense. Okay,
I believe.
I didn't know that was him. They don't. Dang,
I believe that's he was Camacho. Yeah, he was Camacho.
that's a really cool fact.
Yeah. So it was that, and then all of that. So over time, over time, I became bigger and bigger fans of Pacific Bullet Club members.
Yeah.
And then the more and more you watch of the Bullet Club, you're like, who the fuck is this Hiroshi Tanahashi guy? Who the fuck is this Kazuchika
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Hiroshi Tanahashi? Who
My
is this?
guy.
Who is this Kazuchika Okada guy? And it gets further and further. You watch T. If anybody in the comment section knows what I'm talking about, they can back me up here. New Japan and TNA had a deal in like the 2010s to 2014, and they sent over a guy named Sonata, who at the time was very young. He was in his 20s, I believe, and he had did shit in ring that I had ever seen. He had a beautiful moonsault and all that, and most recently he went and after 2014 he went back to TNA, but most recently he was IWGP Heavyweight Champion. It's long-term storytelling that they do. That they send guys on these excursions to different places to get better. They treat like Japan sees their wrestling as a sport. Like as much as it's entertainment, as much as it's predetermined, Japan gives that fight feel, that very important sports. What Tony Khan said he wanted to do with AEW, New Japan doesn't do. They show what they want to do, and that's
Okay.
that's where I feel like their their stories lack. But when you got a match that is really set, it'll cook. Now I know me and you got some bones to pick with a certain guy that gives out star ratings for giving fucking Danielson and Osprey the greatest match ever on American soil. That's what he worded. In his terms, he said it's the greatest match to ever take place on American soil.
So personally, look, you think about it differently than I do. But we have the same like common agreement. I don't think it was better than Cody Rhodes. You do.
I
However, we can both agree that it was not 2 times better than Cody Roman. Cody Roman got like a 4 and 1/4
4 and
or
2,
whatever, four point two
4.75 or
five.
4.25 or something. And then I think
They gave
I
that
think
like a fucking 8.5.
I think they gave Osprey and Danielson either a 7.5 or an 8 or something. And
Yeah,
genuinely, it's like
it was not that much better.
the match was good. And we found out now, by the way, that the injury at the end, I know me and you were talking about it when we were watching it, that it looked really real. It was storyline. So
Good.
that's good work. That's good work from Daniel. And that's also good work from Osprey. So that's good work for both of them. But overall, I will say I really enjoyed watching the match. I hadn't watched any of the build to AEW Dynasty. I hadn't been watching any of the Dynamite's Rampage, and I'm not going to because I don't enjoy the product. But I'll watch a pay per view. But that match, a lot of the tag team ladder match, and the final 3 matches are what kept my attention the most out of the whole card. Which I guess ideally is what you would want your show to do. You're in to send the fans home happy at the end. But I I think they made the right decision giving the world championship to Swerve. It sends me on a pace of where Swerve's gonna go after this. And it also sends me on a pace of what happens to Samoa Joe after this. Because I don't see him like I wonder what they're gonna want to do with him going forward after this. But we'll see what Tony Khan fails to do or does or can't do well. Um so that's a thing. But it's all gonna be a thing. We did say that we predicted AJ to beat LA. He beat LA.
Yeah,
And then the
yeah,
match is now confirmed for Leon. We both agree that Cody's gonna walk out still champ.
yeah.
The mat the show starts at 12 CST. So
1 p.m. my time.
yes.
What day?
Fuck, I don't know. But I think the only thing we got left to talk about, Monte, is the Murphy Roman match. And then
Okay.
announce what our next one's gonna be.
Oh,
So
what is our next one gonna be? Okay,
well, I'll pick one out of the list. I have the list right here. So first of
cool.
all, we didn't give our star ratings because me and Valente talked about this, and we became so aggressive to a certain guy that gives out star ratings. That we're gonna give out our own versions of star ratings to show this fucker how to do it. So
Yep.
we gave the triple threat match between Danielson, Styles, and Joe a 4.25.
Mhm.
And we gave Buddy Murphy Roman from SmackDown 2019 a 3. Not because we don't think the match was good. The match was given 9 minutes. It was on a SmackDown. It basically had little to no build to it. But what it did do, and it's also hard to not look at some of these matches with hindsight. Because you look at this match with hindsight, you're like, yeah, they let Buddy Murphy have all this offense, and they really built him up as maybe being a big star going forward, right? But nothing got capitalized off of it. So
Right.
it's hard to give this now. When you look at the John Cena Kurt Angle match, it's admittedly they give John Cena a lot of offense, but then you look at John Cena 10 years from now, he's one of the greatest of all time. 10 years from then, he's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, what has Buddy Murphy done in the 5 years that we've been?
He left WWE, went to AEW, and now has been in the House of Black basically consistently.
His best work is with other people.
So, and admittedly, I believe that WWE thought they had something in Buddy Murphy, and it never idolized. But to be 100% honest, that match was really good. We, I was,
Yeah, it
I
was
was,
a good match.
I was pleasantly surprised because when somebody in our Discord recommended a SmackDown match between Murphy and Roman, to be honest, I didn't expect Murphy to get a lot of offense compared to what he did. So I was actually genuinely surprised by that as well.
Also, I didn't expect a SmackDown match to be that good.
Now, like, and this is how I also feel about it. They make it WWE does this thing where they protect finishes. They protect finishers. Your typical finishers. Roman Reigns, Buddy Murphy didn't have to kick out of 2 fucking spears to make the match good. He kicked out of a Superman punch, and Roman didn't kick out of his finish either. So that's what WWE is able to do this thing where they protect finishes by if you know Buddy Murphy's not going to beat Roman, it's the Baron Corbin mentality. If you know Baron Corbin isn't going to beat Cena, and you don't want Cena to kick out of the end of days, don't go for the move. So
Mm-hmm.
he didn't go for the best kept secret, which is the name of his finish, or it was when he was in WWE before he became a disciple. Uh, but next week for around the world, we have a bunch of different matches we could choose from. But what we're gonna do,
Which one are we choosing?
we're gonna play a little fun game, Valente. I shuffled up the order. And I want you to pick a number 1 through 6.
4.
4.
Yep.
Next week we will watch one of in many people's minds the greatest retirement match of all time as Shawn Michaels takes on Ric Flair at WrestleMania, I believe 25.
4.
24? Yeah.
Is it 24 or 26? I want to say it was 24.
Okay. Yeah, I want to say yeah. Yeah, it's 24. 25 is Shawn, 26 is Shawn, 27 is H, 28 is H, 29 is Punk, 30's Rock. What? Did I miss somebody?
No, I was just trying to be the Rock.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we'll watch uh Taker Shawn before our next Taker Shawn, Jesus. Flair Shawn before our next match. And we'll have that out next Wednesday for you guys. And this one's gonna come out tomorrow. So we're recording this on Tuesday. I actually recorded this Wednesday morning, so this will be out.
Technically, yep.
Yeah, so this will be out later today for you guys. But we're gonna watch SmackDown. I'm gonna watch SmackDown this Friday. Raw this Monday, and then we'll talk about that as well. So we'll see you guys for episode 5 of the Around the World podcast going forward. So, bye guys.